Greetings, young scientists, and welcome to Mr. Musselman's Forces of Flight digital project presentation. During this presentation, I'll be sharing with you the different types of forces that act on an object both before and during flight. I will also be sharing with you my understanding of Sir Isaac Newton's laws of motions on my rocket car. This is Miss Pavlicek and her rocket car. This is Miss Pavlicek and her rocket car before flight. As you can see, Miss P and the rocket car are at rest. Newton's laws of motions tell us that an object at rest will stay at rest unless it is acted on by another force. Right now, Miss P and the rocket car are tethered to the Earth by the force of gravity. That is Earth's gravitational pull drawing both the rocket car and Miss P towards the center of the Earth. You might be asking yourself, well, Mr. Musselman, if gravity is pulling Miss P and the rocket car towards the Earth, shouldn't they be sinking into the ground? Of course not. The ground is pushing back on Miss P and the rocket car with what is known as the normal force. The normal force is an equal and opposite force to gravity. Because it is in balance with the force of gravity, Miss P and the rocket car are neither being lifted off the ground nor being pushed into the center of the Earth. They are remaining at rest on the flat Earth's surface. Now, as you can see, attached to the back of the rocket car is our source of thrust, the fire extinguisher. We're going to see what happens to that when we blast off. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow! As we can see by the streamers, the rocket car and Miss P are now in motion towards the left of our screen. Gravity is still pulling down on the rocket car and Miss P, and the normal force is still balancing with the force of gravity to keep Miss P and the rocket car from neither lifting off into space nor sinking into the Earth. Those forces are in balance. What is not in balance is the thrusting force produced by the fire extinguisher's gas as it is ejected from the canister. The force of thrust is a pushing force, and it's forcing the rocket car towards the left of our screen. When an object is in motion, it will often experience friction if it comes into contact with other matter. Another name for the force of friction is drag. Drag is being produced on the rocket car by the ground, where the tires meet the road, and by the air molecules that the rocket car and Miss P are passing through. Fortunately for Miss P, the force of thrust from the fire extinguisher is greater than the force of friction and drag produced by the rubber in the road and the air molecules that they pass through. Therefore, Miss P's rocket car is in motion and is actually accelerating as it gets faster and faster. Here we see Miss P and the rocket car now several yards down the road and no longer using the force of thrust from the fire extinguisher. As always, gravity is still playing a role, and the normal force is balancing out that force of gravity. Sadly, Miss P and the rocket car will not be launching into space today. During the taking of this photograph, Miss P is still rolling along pretty smoothly on the road. In a frictionless world, the rocket car would stay in motion because it would not be acted on any other forces. An object that is in motion will stay in motion. Fortunately for Miss P, the rocket car will come back to rest with the help of gravity. That's because an object that is in motion will stay in motion unless acted on by another force. Fortunately for Miss P, the rocket car will slowly come to rest with the help of friction. The force of friction is still being created between the rubber of the wheels and the pavement of the road. There is also friction between the rocket car and Miss P and the air molecules that Miss P and the rocket car are passing through. Together, these forces of friction will decelerate or slow down Miss P until she comes to a rest on the road. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation of Forces of Motion by Mr. Musselman from the Burlington Science Center. Have a great day!